Let's talk about the budget. The governor released his first budget as governor on Tuesday of last week. And the first budget that a governor releases is always a very interesting document because he just came off the campaign trail, and so these are all the things primarily that he campaigned on, that he promised Minnesotans he would deliver. So that first budget after a governor is elected is a pretty substantial document, and this one definitely fits the mold. Well, the governor proposes a budget for all of state government, but if you've been following the media attention, there are a few issues that are getting a lot of attention from the governor's recommendations, and the one is the 20-cent gas tax increase. So that will be a topic that will be negotiated till the end of session, and the governor campaigned on it. The House will probably pass, if not 20 cents, something very close to that. And the Senate has said that they will not go along with a gas tax increase. So this will be one of the flashpoints between the governor and the legislature, and the governor and the Senate in particular, as the session moves forward. So one of the items in the governor's budget recommendations relates to federal tax conformity. This is the state's reaction to the Federal Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that was enacted in 2017. And the governor's recommendation is that Minnesota decouple from the federal tax code to a degree by changing where we have our starting point for calculating your state taxes. So right now we have what's called federal taxable income, is how we're linked to the federal tax code. Governor Walz is recommending that we go to federal adjusted gross income. And essentially what that means is that Minnesota will retain more control of our tax code and the preferences within our tax code than strict conformity. So what that means for us is things like the mortgage interest deduction or the first-time homebuyer savings account act, these things that we have enacted at the state level. The state legislature and the governor will still have control of those items moving forward. The odds that the governor's budget will get enacted in its entirety are slim to none. The legislature has a lot to say about what will ultimately be in the budget. So there will be a lot of give and take between the Senate and the House and the governor from now until the end of session. But one thing to keep in mind is governors are very powerful in the budget process, and so governors often do get a lot of what they want. So I would expect the Governor Walz to be like other governors before him and do pretty well in the budget process, but he's certainly not going to get everything he wants. We have committee hearings tomorrow on both designated agency and our bill simplifying the advertising requirements for real estate licensees. So that's an important step in the process to get that first committee hearing. So we're looking forward to that and taking the next step following the Senate Commerce Committee hearing.